We have a strange habit when it comes to happiness. We look back at our childhoods or our days in school and college, and we confidently declare that those were the best, most beautiful days of our lives. But there is a massive contradiction in doing this. We constantly use the past to define what joy feels like, yet you almost never hear a person state with absolute certainty that they are completely happy right now. Today usually feels entirely too crowded for joy. We are navigating a sheer volume of daily stress, crushing responsibilities and unfulfilled desires that make the current moment feel like a heavy load we just have to carry. Because of this, we walk around convinced we are perpetually stuck in the hard part of life. We treat happiness as a closed chapter from our personal history, rather than a physical possibility for today. Think about how your brain handles this contrast. Your memory edits the past into a flawless, sunlit highlight reel, while your present day is experienced as a messy, unedited slog of chores and obligations. Because our primary focus is simply surviving the demands of a normal Tuesday, we develop a temporal blind spot. We completely miss the actual physical moments of joy happening right in front of us. We operate on the flawed assumption that happiness is out there, waiting for us, but only after we pay off the debt, finish the project, or resolve our current crisis. By constantly pushing joy into a hypothetical, problem-free era, we create a permanent emotional deficit. We guarantee that we will spend our entire lives feeling dissatisfied with whatever day it happens to be. To expose the logical flaw in how we process unhappiness, we must run a simple exercise. Project your perspective exactly 20 years into the future. Looking at this timeline mapping our perspective, you'll notice a strange irony. That older version of you is going to look back at today, at the exact struggles you are dealing with right now, and view these as the good old days. The exact same circumstances are producing two completely opposing emotional verdicts. The only difference in the equation is the point in time from which you observe them. This reveals a massive logical trap. If the present moment we are calling miserable is destined to become a period of joy in our future memories, it means the joy is objectively already here. Our current misery isn't actually caused by our circumstances. It is caused by our stubborn refusal to view today through the appreciative lens of our future selves. To understand why this temporal blind spot exists, we have to deconstruct time itself. The past does not physically exist anywhere. It is a smoothed-over psychological construct built entirely from your memories. The future is equally non-existent. It serves only as an imaginary canvas where we project our hopes, our fears, and our expectations. This diagram illustrates the physical reality of our biology. Actual biological life only occurs in a single infinitesimal point, the active present. Everything else is either dissolving dust or hazy blueprint. We create intense biological friction when we try to extract our emotions from those non-existent timelines. We burn immense energy reaching for the past or bracing for the future, completely ignoring the physical reality of the active present. Joy is not a theoretical concept, it is a physical response. And since our bodies only exist in the present, this is the only time and place where that response can actually occur. Knowing that joy can only physically occur in the present, waiting 20 years for nostalgia to kick in so you can finally appreciate today is a wildly inefficient delay. To bypass this delay, we have to deploy a specific psychological tool: radical acceptance. Radical acceptance means taking today's millions of problems, unanswered questions, and stressors, and actively embracing them as the exact raw ingredients that will form your future nostalgia. By adopting the perspective of our future selves today, we stop waiting for a distant nostalgia to validate our lives. We start experiencing the value of today while it's actually happening. The three timelines serve very distinct functions. The past exists solely to provide you with memories, and the future exists solely to provide you with hope. But the capacity to feel joy is tethered to the now. We can think about the past or the future, but we can only feel the present. The people who maintain lifelong happiness aren't living easier, problem-free lives. They are simply the ones who have mastered the art of remaining present, regardless of the external chaos moving around them. True happiness is never a destination on a timeline you eventually reach, and it isn't a memory you can return to. It is the conscious, active practice of accepting the reality of right now.